Hello, namaste, beloveds. I hope you are having a good day. So, the second part to this apparent two-part series on letters of forgiveness is writing another set of letters to those you feel have wronged you in some way. My first letter was Dear Bullies and Assorted A-Holes, but I didn't say a-hole. I said the full word, but I don't know who's watching this, and some people aren't down with cursing, and that's totally fine. So again, it was another really powerful letter for me to write because in that I acknowledged them for even though they I felt all these strong emotions of fear and just why me and things like that with the bullies especially. I thank them for helping me understand the concept of compassion. It still took me several years to not feel so triggered when I saw or felt I was witnessing someone being wronged or bullied, but it was a really great first step in healing that part of my life. So I encourage you to write a letter to those you feel that who have wronged you. It doesn't mean that you have to write a letter to everybody. There are still some things that will be very much, you'll feel a part of your energetic DNA that you think that you can never forgive them for. And you know what? That I totally get that. There are just some things that you just feel aren't forgivable. But I know for me, I I forgave as much as I could because I knew not taking any step in any sort of forgiveness was, it felt like it was shredding my guts up. And it occurred to me, well, one, these people have no idea that this is probably still going on. I didn't really have any intention of reaching out to them. I knew, even knowing it now, that forgiveness is an internal work and you don't have to reach out to that person to say, hey, I forgive you. Sometimes they may not be in a space to even receive you reaching out to them. But again, if you feel compelled to, or if you happen to run into them, and if it feels like, if you feel comfortable enough communicating with them, okay. And if not, that's all right too. It depends on what feels good for you. And if you are just like, wow, I really should forgive somebody, and you feel like you don't feel bad about that in the slightest. And you might have to write another letter of forgiveness to yourself about it. It's like, I forgive myself for not being willing to forgive this person for what has happened. And that's okay. But I encourage you to write a letter to those that you feel have wronged you, just so that you can move a little bit further along in your journey of healing. Just just give it a try. And if you struggle with that, I encourage you, if you're already seeing a therapist, talk to your therapist. Your lay leader at your worship service. If you have small group ministry in your church, talk to your clergy or worship leaders there. I'm here and available if you want to talk. Let's see. Talk to a really good friend that does a really great job of holding space for you. Just anything to move you along on your path, especially if you just want very much to heal. Because again, if you are purposely looking for ways to see the good in things, and if you're training your brain, if you're asking your higher self to say, how can I help myself heal? Forgiveness, especially forgiveness of your view of how things happened, um, makes an incredible difference. And so be willing to give that a try, be open to it, meditate it, pray on it. Another thing that occurred to me is, if you struggle with writing this letter, but you feel that maybe, one thing I tried one time before I actually got enough momentum to actually do this is, when I was driving around in my car, I pretended that a particular person that I had, that I just struggled with forgiving them, was in the passenger seat. And I just said everything I wanted to say in whatever volume I wanted to say it, because it's just me physically in the car. That may be a really good thing for you to do. I know my friend, I know so many amazing Amandas. She she bought some plates from the thrift store and proceeded to go out into the woods and just smash them, you know, just because she was trying to just do something with the energy. That's the problem with not healing from all of this unease and dis-ease. It's just because it physiologically, emotionally builds up in the body until it becomes a physiological and a physical ailment, and then you are having to deal with this in a different way. So that's just something to consider. But if you have any thoughts or any questions or anything, feel free to comment below in the comments. And again, if you need some kind of support to, to just kind of process what's coming up for you, reach out to me, mckinleycoaching.com. I will probably, after I get through ending this, I'll edit the title to put the email address or the website, and just, find out who I am, ask questions, reach out, and have a good day. Namaste. Oh, and don't forget to burn your letter after you say, thank you for the, in gratitude for, getting this all off my chest onto this paper, and now I'm going to burn it safely. So, okay. Love you. Bye.